Hey YouTube, Joe Boy here. So, chapter 871 of One Piece's drops. If you haven't checked out that chapter yet, I suggest that you do so, because I will be spoiling you. But now that you have, let's begin. Yep. Seriously, fam, I don't even know where to start. I really don't. This chapter was so good. I'm not certain if an eye orgasm is something that exists or not, but I have a feeling that that just occurred. You, sir, have come down with a terminal illness. Being way too fucking hyped. What did Capone say a couple chapters ago? Yonko is Yonko? Yup. One does not simply take down a Yonko. Oh yeah, and Oda's like, this isn't enough. Let's just throw in CP0 as well. This is seriously fan endangerment. Oda, man. You're putting the lives of your fans in danger. A mangaka does not simply introduce Yonko level hype in CP0 in the same chapter and expect to escape consequence free. Cringe jokes aside, guys, I literally had to take a short walk after the chapter just to sort out the feelings inside. But anyway, let's actually talk about the chapter in my, I guess, normal way. We'll try. So I think nearly everyone who heard the speculation that the bomb, the Tamate Bako box, would actually take out the castle, and that would be the means by which the Strats could escape this dire situation. I think everyone who heard that believed in that, and so a win for everyone. Yay! As a side note, for those who didn't want to watch my spoiler video from earlier in the week, where I was like, editor reveals spoilers from 871. Yeah, that was true. That was about the box exploding. The editor definitely dropped the ball on that one. But I'll take a slightly bigger W from this chapter as well, because as of like early on, I think it was in the 850s, I speculated that Oda would choose this sequence of events. Essentially, give us the impression that the Strats were going to win against Big Mom. And then that's essentially what happened with the Strats at point blank range with Caesar's rockets. But that the plan would fail even after Oda gave us the impression that it would succeed, which is essentially what was happening in this chapter. But at the time, I think I speculated that it would have something to do with Big Mom knowing about the plan beforehand, but it just turns out that Big Mom is just straight not defeatable. And that it would be the box that would explode. I thought it would take out the cake, but you know, whatever. The castle is a giant cake as well, so we'll consider it the same thing. And that would turn the tables on Big Mom. Essentially, I speculated that it'd be really cool to give us the impression that they would win, then the despair that we would definitely lose, and then the hope again derived from the exploding Tamate Bako box, which is exactly what happened here. Moral of the story, kids, regardless of all the curveballs Oda tries to throw at you, stay the course. And dear Jesus, guys, the difference between Big Mom and everyone else is just oh so apparent in this chapter. Like, this is what we all wanted. This is what we were craving. We wanted to see a Yonko be that incrossable barrier, that unstoppable force. And this chapter gave us the impression that we wanted. Big Mom fodderized everyone. Judge Vinsmoke one shot. Katakuri even, we didn't see the battle, but in a couple of seconds, Katakuri versus Ichiji. Ichiji the ever so hyped. Ichiji the unstoppable. Ichiji the son of Christ himself. Just done. Gear 4th can take Big Mom, right? Nope, definitely not. Gear 4th, which has essentially fodderized everything. Doflamingo now, Cracker had the ultimate defense and just put up a bunch of shields in Luffy's way, but still, in like a one-on-one fight, Cracker versus Gear 4th without Biscuit shields in the way, Gear 4th is just stronger and faster than Cracker was. Gear 4th ain't nothing to Big Mom. She smiled in the face of Gear 4th. Again, going back to staying the course, what we were all thinking from the very beginning of this arc is that there is just no way, first of all, it doesn't make sense, and second of all, there's just no way that Luffy is going to take Big Mom in a fair fight. An ass pull is required. But anyway, guys, the bomb now has officially gone off, and the tower is coming down. And so I think that what we should all assume is going to happen, especially since we saw the buildings and the townspeople, all that, in the shot where we see the castle coming down is that it's actually going to fall on the city itself. Calamity, as I've said like 4 times now, calamity is going to rain down on Whole Cake Island. What now? And so I think a lot of people are going to speculate, well, this is the Strat's opportunity to escape, right? Calamity, chaos, this is the perfect opportunity to take your losses and skedaddle. Being as frank as possible, guys, I think that they need more. Like, if Big Mom is still sane after all of this happens, her rage will boil over to the point to where there's no way that the Strats will be able to escape. So I honestly believe this is the perfect opportunity, as I've been speculating for a long time now, for Big Mom to finally go into a rage, for her to reach her breaking point and just lose it. And at this point in time, become just a death machine for everyone. If this does in fact happen, this could very well be the way that the Strats actually have an opportunity to escape, because if Big Mom is not conscious and the Big Mom pirates have to worry about her, then the Strats would have really no worry and be able to slip away. But I don't think that it's going to work that way, but I think a lot of people may assume that it will work that way. I've shared my thoughts at length in many of my previous videos, so I'm not going to do it again here. You know my thoughts, but this is the real debate I feel like that needs to happen. One thing that I do want to point out, though, is that the Vinsmoke are in a pretty dire situation, because they took the brunt of the damage from the Big Mom pirates and Big Mom herself's assault. Judge himself seems pretty much down for the count, which, as a side note, was something that I was hoping would happen, or not hoping, but I was expecting to happen, for the sort of conflict or resolution between Sanji and his brothers to occur. I think Judge needed to be knocked out of the picture. That seemed to have happened, but I don't really see any way that Judge can actually escape as he is right now. Now that could possibly change, but we will see. Jumping around a little bit and going to the next thing that's sort of happened in the chapter because I can't think properly, we have Stussy as a secret agent intelligence operative for CP Aegis Zero. Don't think anyone saw that one coming. And so this actually, despite it being unpredictable, works so flawlessly within the story and how Oda has set it up. We all get the impression that CP Zero would be in some way involved in this arc, from Big Mom's flashback in specific. And so while we couldn't have necessarily guessed who it would be, like I think a lot of people assumed CP0 would show up, not that they were already there. But from Big Mom's flashback, right, CP0 was sort of working with Mother Carmel in order to traffic orphans. And then it's mentioned after that point in time that CP0 had some sort of clash with Big Mom even as a child, and Big Mom proved greater than CP0 at that time. It just all makes a lot of sense. And as a side note to this whole situation, what's up with everyone being desperate for the Tamate Bako box? Like, I understand it's a national treasure and all that, but and first of all, why is it a national treasure? And second of all, why does everyone want it so bad? Is this just like the hyped box, like, oh my gosh, what's inside of it box? Or is there some sort of like greater significance that we're missing to the Tamate Bako national treasure? I really find this whole situation to be very curious. Also, Flying Shigan. Yeah. But anyway, what's the greater significance for Stussy being a member of CP0? And so guys, I don't think that Stussy was there for any other reason than Big Mom invited her, and for them to keep an eye on Big Mom. And so I don't think that she really has any greater plot, or had any greater plot, or knew that the Vinsmoke, the Big Mom pirates had a plan to kill the Vinsmoke, or knew that the Strats would show up and wreck things or anything like that. But given that she is a member of CP0, transmissions currently are being cut, but she could in the future actually communicate with CP0 to have them arrive in the island, assuming that the transmissions and communication can be restored in the future. Which, speaking about that, by the way, now that the castle is actually going down, it would seem like Stussy could contact CP0 or the Marines or whoever almost immediately. And if the speculation about Big Mom's rage is true, then this could be a prime opportunity to actually, for the government, to take out a Yonko and Big Mom. Now, I don't think that Big Mom can really be defeated that simply, but at the same time, if you make a buster call right now at Whole Cake Island, and Big Mom can't think straight or defend her islands, and the Big Mom pirates are essentially scattered, a lot of them will get defeated in the process. This is a prime opportunity for the government. Also, is it really any surprise that a member of CP0 is head of one of the biggest underworld operations? No, it's not a surprise. The world government, I still believe, is the ultimate enemy of the story of One Piece, and their actions continually justify this. Also, this chapter we got a little dirt on Morgans, who is factually now fake news, not big news. Oh yeah, and Kaido was mentioned in this chapter as well. Haven't mentioned that yet. Yeah, so Big Mom says, Kaido, you lot will never take down that thing. So, for a while now, he's called the strongest creature beforehand. Now, Big Mom calls him a thing. Kaido is not human. That we can be assured of. I really 100% believe in only two possibilities. On one hand, Kaido is a product of some kind of experimentation. He's like an amalgamation of the world government's, attempt to recreate giants or something like that, so that they ended up creating something that is completely different from humanity itself. Or, as I've recently speculated in a Kaido video that I made, that Kaido is actually a creature who ate a devil fruit which gave him human appearance and personality. Either way, guys, the hype is so fucking real. Going back to the Vinsmoke, Judge Vinsmoke said some very interesting things before he got beaten down completely. And it gives me the impression that what we know about the Germa and the history of the Germa may not be entirely accurate. First of all, they're called Germa 66. And then he says, to the ghosts that have not even land to step foot on after those 66 short days of hope. That seems important. And then he says after that, we entrusted you with the 300-year-old desires, the chagrin of our people. Judge is making it sound like the Vinsmokes are the ones that got done dirty in the past, and not the other way around, where we're sort of led to believe that the Germa were the bad guys who enslaved the entirety of the North Blue. And this also gives us a time frame as well. I could go on forever. We're going to save this for a speculation this week. There's things to be delved into here. It's also worth noting in this chapter that Vinsmoke actually started to fight a little bit, and I'm kind of disappointed at how uninteresting it really was. Maybe it's uninteresting compared to everything else that we got in this chapter, but when Ichiji attacked, essentially I couldn't really tell what was going on. It was like described as a firecracker, which would make sense as sort of explosion-based powers that many people were thinking that Ichiji had, but we don't really know the source of this power. And it wasn't really given that sort of limelight of, well, this is overpowered. But anyway, guys, this is all I can do. I'm running on literally no sleep. I couldn't sleep, waiting for this chapter. My God, it was so damn good, and I can't really think properly at this moment. But there will be a ton of One Piece speculations for you this week that I can guarantee you. There was just so much revealed in this chapter. Hype things, informational things. This is everything that I wanted in a chapter. I'm going to go so far as to say that by far, this chapter was the best chapter of Whole Cake Island. And I do not say that lightly, because there have been many chapters that I have enjoyed 10 out of 10, but this is just straight up, it's a fucking 11 out of 10. But anyway, guys, I'm certain that there's a ton of things that I missed from this chapter, so go ahead and let me know what those things are in the comment section, and share your thoughts about the chapter in general. Like the video if you like the video, dislike the video, you can't fucking dislike this video. Subscribe if you want to be notified for my future content, and as always, guys, have a wonderful day.